Hello and welcome back. I've been running the Megabase now for a few more hours and just letting it tick over basically. I've been having a bit of backwards and forwards, putting down beacons and modules as they are delivered to me. We have made 1.8k speed module 2s in the last hour, which is, yeah, these numbers are starting to get a bit crazy. Rather roaringly, I can't see speed module. Oh, that's consumption, sorry. We have consumed 1.8k speed module 2s and we have produced an average of 6.1 per minute. Right. So this is our production chart. We are consuming just over half of a K of science a minute on average. If you remember, the lab array we stamped down can consume 2K. So the Megabase is only running the labs 1/4 of the time. And the reason for that is a steel bottleneck. We are permanently out of steel, which is driving us being permanently out of low density structures, which means we're permanently out of space science, which is throttling the entire site. Now, of course, when we fix steel, something else will bottleneck. We won't jump up to 2K. But steel is the problem. Now, I have been over to the steel build and had a look at it. And some of the time it has trains in, some of the time it doesn't. Okay, so some of the time I've stuck down, here we are, I've stuck down a, oh, that's annoying. There should be a wire running there. And have we done it correctly here? Yes, we have. Let's blueprint that over. Don't need that. All right. So if we grab the whole of that, stamp that down. Great. Okay. So sometimes this runs out of plates, basically. So you can see at the moment we've got some trains queued up to collect steel, one behind each of these, but we don't have a plates train at all in this station, and we don't have any plates trains queued up because they are in smelting. 3 of them are in iron smelting. Ah, one's on its way. So 2 is currently in iron smelting, one's on its way. Fine. What's wrong with iron smelting? Well, I've done the same thing here. So if we zoom in on one of these, here's a combinator. It's reading from the logistics network how much ore there is. Currently this has 8.7k of ore. Outputs a signal of 1 ore if there is no ore in this network. This happens for each module, so each module is putting out a token of 1 ore if it is empty of ore. That all goes down the wire, so obviously it gets summed. So here we can see currently there are 2 of the smelting stacks totally dry of ore. And now the smelting stacks don't have all the speed beacons in all the modules, but we aren't feeding them with ore. So the bottleneck at the moment is getting ore into the iron smelters. I haven't hooked up copper yet, so no doubt that will be a problem. Right. So why aren't we getting ore in? Well, 2 things. I am short perhaps 2 or 3 ore trains. But I also have problems getting the ore out of the ground. So if we look at this site here, this has 3 trains queued up. This site is running. It is not pulling out full belts. You can see these are not full belts. And about half the miners aren't running because the mining productivity means that the belts back up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 belts which are fully saturated, where about half the miners aren't running. This one's saturated on one side, the miners are running occasionally, right? This isn't running. These 3 aren't running at all. Oh, they may be dead. Yeah, that's why that isn't running. But you get the idea. We're just not able to get the ore out of the mining drills and into the trains fast enough. Which means then we can't... Because it's not like these trains are... So, you know, there's 12 bits of iron in that, none in that. So it's now having to load as fast as it's coming out of the ground. That's not sustainable. All right, so this site's always bad. This site is consistently bad. And this is our biggest local patch as well. So this is the one I want to see if I can fix. And I've decided what I'm going to do is try and upgrade that site to a bot mining. May or may not work. The other thing is I would like to put speed beacons in the miners. Now, I am not sure if we have enough speed modules for that, but we are going to give it a go. So do we have any... Yeah, we have some speed modules here. So in total, we have 372. I think we have about 160 miners. So that's enough to put down a substantial number of them with speed modules. Okay, so we are going to go on a bit of a tour. We are going to go to T3 module packs. Then we're going to go to the mining site. Oh, the other thing to show you. Okay, so I did have the modules being picked up by the trash train. That wasn't working very well. What I've done instead is this train is hooked up to pick up T3 modules. I've wired this roboport to this train station. So when the train station sends to train what it reads on the circuit network, which is everything in the logistics network. Okay, then the train is set to wait until speed module 3 falls below 1000. So this train won't go fetch all the speed modules in the world. It'll only fetch speed modules when the main base runs low on them. Then, at the other end, the station is set to only turn on when there are enough speed modules to be worth picking up. So this means this train only moves rarely, and when it does, it moves mostly full of speed modules. Now, that's generally a good plan, but it doesn't help us very much in this situation. So we're going to go collect the speed modules by hand, where they're being made. Then we're going to go down to the 53 million ore patch, and we're going to see if we can set up bot smelting. The other thing I've noticed is if you listen to that speed, switch to map, roughly halves. I'm finding that having the map view on is taking between a third and a half of my performance out of the game. Now, I have a relatively high-end Ryzen CPU, and I have a good graphics card. It's the Titan X with the 12 gigs of RAM. So, you know, it's not the newest card, but it certainly isn't a slow card. And the game seems to be dropping performance when it's on the map. So all I can think, and I'm guessing here, what I think has happened is that the map view gets rendered and it is still also rendering the direct view, just not putting it at the front of the screen. So the only reason I can think why the performance is hit so hard is because it's double rendering. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's for other reasons. So if there's any devs out there or people who know devs and they have a good explanation for this, then please let me know. But it's frustrating because I spend quite a lot of time riding around in trains between places, and I like to spend that time doing jobs, you know. And I can't now because it kills the performance. So at one point I thought my whole site was hideously poorly designed because the frame rate was down to 30 odd. But I realised I was always looking at frame rate when I was in a train on map view. Right, I wanted to go to... let's look on the map. So we get the right one. Okay, so this is Northwest Iron 1. Excuse me. Northwest Iron 1. Okay. This is one of those situations where I wish I had the mod installed which let me turn off my drone ports when I'm in a vehicle. I don't want to accidentally end up putting these speed modules down onto builds while I'm here. So while we wait for this train to go, I'll have a bit of a witter on about some stuff, I guess. So I watch a bunch of other YouTubers, real ones. So I watch Catherine of Sky, Neilhouse, JD Plays, and then Exterminator, and then random episodes. Oh, I can't remember her name. The lady who makes the absolutely beautiful, if not entirely functional bases that are like pandas and honeycombs. And I really enjoy watching them. And although I tend to skip the Angels and Bobs and related ones, I've watched most of the rest. Oh, Tuplex as well. And it's been entertaining seeing how they go about both the presentation but also the big base building so differently to me. So I hope you enjoy watching them doing things differently to me also. Put this on manual. I do! Okay, so I want to get back up into that stacker. Alright, let's reverse all the way because I don't want to accidentally put lots of iron in me. That would be very sad. Okay. So what I want to do, ideally, is convert this base over to being bot-based. And I think the first thing I need to do is get the belts drained. So luckily I designed this so that there was a single point of failure for the power. We will get the belts drained, which isn't going to take very long because they are blue belts, and I will start ripping everything up. And when I say everything, I really do mean okay. I've got lots of landfill with me, and there's a reason for this. I wasn't sure if I would need to get rid of this water. So I thought while I'm here, get rid of it anyway. It's kind of entertaining seeing the drawing with those. Okay, and yeah, see, because we've got the crazy suit, these big building jobs just work now. I'd love the drones to move quicker, but you know, at some point we will do a drone moving quicker research. Okay, so this train is coming in. We probably need one more train to come in to get this emptied out. In the meantime, let's start on the bot mining. Okay, now I had a bot mining. Yeah, I had a bot mining. Blueprint. Okay. I really want to get the trains in and out of here as fast as possible, so we are going to use this. Okay, and I almost certainly don't have enough speed mods, but we will put the whole thing down anyway. And I want the speed mods to be at the front of the build, I think. It's an awkward size and shape of patch, isn't it? Okay. So if this works, I will relocate some of the trains from other sites to here. Okay. And these don't need to be lined up. The ones on the uranium ore did. But these ones don't. Okay. That's as far over as I can go there, I think. As long as you drag these blueprints sideways, they seem to drag fine. Okay, so we're now out of speed modules, but we've got speed modules in all the things closest to the station, so that's fine, I think. Right, I'm aware there's a bit of copper here. Unlike belt mining, where that's a big problem, here I just don't care. Maybe these will fill up with copper and then these will be miners that won't do any more mining. I sort of don't care. Okay. So, there's our big ugly patch. Now, do we have this full? Sorry, do we have this empty? Because what I would like to do is relocate this station to there so that the trains have somewhere to go, and then I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to blueprint it first. Right, that's a useful blueprint. So where's my blueprint book? Yeah, so let's first of all edit this to have, there we are. Okay, so this can go into the mining and other assorted things book. Okay, now requester chests, they're the blue ones. There we are. So that's our template. And that needs the station on the front as well. And where does the station go? Does it go there? It goes right before that. Okay. Copy the name over. Right, and I want to put this as close as possible, except we need roboports. And I don't know if I brought enough, but we will see. Okay. Find our station blueprint, so we can put one of those there. Is that lined up? No, it's not. So we want this to be lined up with the site. There we are. And then I actually don't know if we can support more than one train now. Put half of that back. We only have 14 Logibots. Maybe the solution to that is to actually get the Logibots delivered. That's a crazy idea, isn't it? Right, how we can't fit substations in. These will power it. Okay. So let's check this has the right name. No. Yep, that has the right name. So I'm wondering, shall I bring in a... Yeah, I think I will, because I have no idea how many Logibots are needed for this. Okay. So we're going to reuse the old stacker because it's one of those things where I just don't care. And this time hold down shift when I click so that it goes into planning mode. Yeah, there. Right, and you can see there's room for other things going on here. So let's start ripping up things we don't need. And this is the tightest turn we can make. So I'm going to leave, let's get rid of some of this shrubbery. Can't see what's going on. Cool. I'm just wondering, because I can bring in a second station right behind this one. But I can also rip this station up now. Right, so I get rid of that. This. More shrubbery. And I'm going to do this with a diagonal. There we go. Right across that copper. I wish I had the knack of deleting the right piece of track. I just don't. Okay. So, none of this is powered up. And where could we put the train to drop off bots? Well, we could probably, because this is inside logistics range, isn't it? Yeah. Although this goes back quite a way as well. Yeah, well, I don't want to complicate the rail too much. Okay. So this is our tightest possible turn from the stacker. And yes, I did just delete this, but you know. Okay, so if I bring it back down just to the edge of logistics. I'm standing just on the edge there. That's... I think that's just outside. Yeah, that's just on the edge. Okay. And if we move it over one, move it over two just to be safe. There. Sod's Law, what's going on here? It's one of those ones where it's exactly the wrong... Okay, what's been killed? Ooh. Okay. Right, so how else could we do this? It just doesn't want to go up that many tiles. Will it go that way? No. Okay, if I move these... Okay, that's the best I can do. Let's signal that while we're here. Okay. And all the way back up the top. Okay, this needs to be a chain signal, if we have a signal there at all. Okay, and those are our commitment signals. I'm going to put my commitment signal for this down here. Okay, so then let's grab a blueprint. Yeah, of a module with a logistics drop-off. So I need that and that without the beacon, with the station name. And we will, it's on the wrong side of the track, but we will fix it up in a moment anyway. Okay. Okay, so I want it to offload that side. I want the red wire. I want this gone. Yep. So we just need to power this site up now. And what's the best way to do this? Great, and then a long distance power pole there. There's a train incoming, and I have a handful of Logibots on me, which I can put there. And then I can pick up my Yep, this is the one which auto loads the Logibots in. Okay, the mine itself is not powered up. Now it is. Because the builds weren't aligned. Okay. Great. Then we don't have total coverage. Now we do. And these need to request. Right, what does... I should know what this stacks in. Does it stack in 50s? Yeah, it stacks in 50s. Okay. So, so 50 is one stack. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 5, 1000, 2000. So okay. Set that request all the way along. Yep, so can I put this on? Right, why can't this get through? Because it's by the dummy station I set it up. There we go. So now I can go through to the real one. Now our Logibots come in. Okay. I'm going to sit and watch this for a little bit. Find a way through. So, this is being pretty much cleaned out currently. And it's producing ore at a good rate. Can I max rate this? No, max rate calculator apparently doesn't work on mining drills. Okay, so we've got a train loaded. And then the question after this is, do I load both sides? Or do I have a second loading station? At the moment we are limited with loading these trains immediately from about 1/8 of the site. It's going to come down to bot charging, I think. Alright, take that one away, put some holes in. Yeah, so we have a problem with charging. Okay. Okay, let's grab some more small poles. Yeah, we definitely have a bot charging problem here. This is the reason I don't particularly like doing very high volume bot mining, but it does solve a problem. Okay. I also find bots have a tendency to pick really stupid places to charge. So how are we doing? Okay, so we are already full. Okay, and let's see. Okay, that chest is full. So we can put in a second train stop here without any trouble. Let's check. That train has just pulled in. Yeah, and that's already full. Okay. So let's have a go at this. We are going to try not to get run over. We are going to grab this much. That, including station names. And we're going to put it down like that. Okay. So let's go up and get some more stack inserters. We should have some in one of these. Yeah, there. Okay. Then let's work out how we're going to merge this in. There. That goes in easily enough. We have a signal there, that's not a problem. Right, and we need to put a chain signal here. There's probably cleverer ways to do this. Yep, so we now have 2 train stations here. And we have how many trains? So, well, we're keeping up, aren't we? So let's have a look. Do we have any other sites which are not working very well? That one. I'm looking for sites where there's lots of iron trains buffered up. Okay, let's see. Is there... There's a train there. No, so I think we could deploy another couple of iron trains to this site. Right, let's copy that train schedule. Not get run over. We definitely have charging issues. Let's see if we can put down more drone ports to support more charging. Here we are. And it's over this side. I'm going to add some more. It takes a while for it to clear, but okay, why can't I put that there? Because I'm standing there? Okay. Cool. This may be overkill. I'd rather not find out the hard way. Okay, so this site can definitely handle more ore trains. So I'm going to head home. So let's go to base outposting, delete that, delete that. Right, and I want to have a look at this. Yeah, so we have 4 trains at the moment. Two are unloading, 1 is about to unload, only 1 is picking up. Right, if we compare this to here, that one's loading, that one's not being used currently, so the train is dropping off. This one, there's a train loading. Okay. So, that's probably where we're going to leave it. You don't need to watch me deploy trains. You've seen me do it a number of times. So I'm going to deploy another 3 or 4 ore trains. I'm trying to do 2 per smelting stack plus a spare. I have 9 smelting stacks, so I need 19 iron ore trains. So I'll deploy, I think, 3 or 4 more extras to that site. That should be enough. Thanks very much for watching. We are just going to be whack-a-moling bottlenecks now, finding the things which are throttling performance and seeing what we can do to fix them. So if you're still enjoying, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.